right, we've got a little different project here. This is my current reading Bible. I get different study Bibles and read through them, glean what I can. I had a professor in college. He said, "You need to learn to eat the corn and spit out the cob." So I like reading study Bibles and learning from them. This is a hardback Bible, and it is the Common Man's Reference Bible by Hoffman. I'd call it it's a modern day study Bible. A lot of them are, from people years gone by, and this is a scholar from present day. I have a friend that told me he preaches in his church. But I like to read them and study through, and in this one I'm going to take the hardback. And one thing this one doesn't have, and I haven't done it yet, is a place for notes back here. And I'm going to pull it apart here in a minute or two and make a little signature to go in the back. If you don't know, and if you can see, individual signatures are little bitty booklets put together, and then that makes it into the whole Bible. And this one is signatures, and I'll know when I take it apart. I may pull out one signature in the back that is nothing but notes, his notes, and I can keep it and study those, and put in my own, and maybe even two. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. When I pull it apart, I'll see what the game plan is going to be. The trick is sewing it all together, and haven't decided if I'm going to sew it into the existing text block or simply sew a signature and then glue it in. I ain't decided. But we'll see how she goes. I'll pull it apart today and make the little signature, glue it all together, and I'll let it set up. And then in the morning, I'll be reading this with no cover on it. And then I'll get around to making a cover for it. But we'll see how it goes. Now, in video land, it'll all take place just like that. All right, another step down the road with my Bible. Got it tore all apart, re-glued back together. Before I glued it, I guess you could probably see the little different color right there. That's the signature that I added. And it's sewn in, and then right now it's glued in place. And it's plenty strong like this, but I told you I was going to take it in and read it in the morning. And tomorrow I'll get around and put some book cloth on it, and then figure out what color I want to do it. So that's a hardback Bible. Got me some extra pages in there for my own notes, and that's some paper I just got. They call it calligraphy paper, but it's long-lasting, acid-free, all the blah 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 stuff. But anyways, little update right there. Get in there and get ready to go to jail. Actually, do a jail ministry, but that way I'll have my Bible for reading in the morning half put together. Yeah, we'll work on it some more tomorrow. Well, I was just getting ready to, got carried away. Last I showed it, it was together, and now I've got an end page on top of the originals. And then I got the book binding cloth on. A little extra glue. I got all my leather cut out, just fixing to glue it all together. And I'll actually wind up here in a minute putting my ribbons and everything on there, the headbands and tail bands, and that way it'll dry enough that I can read it in the morning, and then get around to putting it inside of its new home. All right. Well, last I left off, I didn't have the ribbons on there yet, or the headbands. Next step was to install those, and then glue it into its new home. Just a minute ago you saw the leather laid out, and it winds up with some tabs that come up right here. Bible fits down inside of there, and then these are just covering the tabs and the end sheets. But pretty good. If you're wondering, that's those are 3/8 ribbons, and the inside is a yellow, I call it a mustard yellow, calf. Had a customer want that on the inside, and had to buy a whole calf to get it. But I like it, and I've been using it. Like it enough I put it in my own. And that's the hard part, is learning the corners. And they're coming. They're coming. I don't know when I'm happy, but they're getting there. Outside's this is black veg tan sheep. I think I mentioned before on my Bible, I've always put the 7. I mentioned this years when I first started reading the Bible. I remember my pastor just saying, "Oh, I figured those represented the 7 seals in Revelation." I'm not saying they do. I've just always liked 7 on there, but it does narrow it up quite a bit. Just barely fit that in there. It's got about a 3/4 inch yap, and it'll be even, you know, all the way through there. But just happy as can be with it. If you don't know, I wrapped grab one and show you actually. I was just about to undo this one, but when I finish with them, I wrap them. If they have a yap on them, begins the forming of it. But even still, this was wrapped for, I don't know, about 12, not even 12 hours. And then it just takes continual working it. I have a habit when I'm reading it, I'll sit there and pinch it. But I just couldn't be happier. So that is a hardback Bible. And I've worked and worked. I thought I was going to paint the edges on this one, but I just haven't got it to where I'm happy with it yet. I worked and worked on jigs to where I could sand these rounded. And just going to let that set a little bit, conquer that another time. But she'll last a lifetime. Get you one.